It is my pleasure to welcome you to First Baptist Christian School's spring play, The Ransom of Red Chief. My name is Stephen Vinci, this year's student director, and I'm so glad that you're able to join us this evening. The Ransom of Red Chief is based on the short story by O. Henry, but adapted by Ann Coulter Martins into a two-act play. In between the two acts, there will be a 15-minute intermission. During that time, concessions and star grants will be available for purchase. In between scenes 2 and 3 of Act 2, we will have a big set change. So I ask for your patience as our crew works very hard to do this as quickly as possible. We kindly ask that you refrain from talking and using your cell phone during the performance. Flash photography is also prohibited. We hope that you will see the great excellence of our God through our performance tonight. And without further ado, we joyfully present to you The Ransom of Red Chief.
How many years until I marry? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shucks. Mister, do you think I'll get married in 6 years?
How would I know?
What kind of man will ask for my hand? Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. No fair! I don't want to marry an Indian chief.
Why don't you bounce your ball someplace else?
I have to stay here while my mother's at the store.
And how long will that be?
Depends on how much talking she does. Are you reading something important?
Go away, little girl. Don't bother me.
I have to stay here. How many people at my wedding? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, mister!
Hello.
Wanna bounce the ball back and forth with me?
No.
Hello, Constable Jones!
How are you, Mary Alice?
Fine, thank you. Catch any crooks lately?
I'm keeping my eyes open.
I bet they can't fool you.
They better not try.
That was Constable Jones. He's not afraid of anybody.
Is anybody afraid of him?
Only bad people. He locks them up in our jail. Hey, you're not from around here, are you?
Pretty little town you have.
I don't have it. Mr. Dorset owns most of it. How many children will I have? 1, 2, 3.
My watch is stopped. Little girl, will you do me a favor?
Maybe.
Bounce your ball around the park where you can see the big clock on the bank and tell me what time it is.
Okay. If my mother comes back, tell her I won't be long.
Thank you so much. I don't want a silly little kid in the way when we pull the snatch.
You didn't tell me they had a constable in this town.
Just a hick.
I don't pay you to find out how nice that jail room is.
Scared?
Look, you and me have pulled a lot of jobs together. And you know, I'm one of the best. But I ain't never tried kidnapping before. And I ain't too sure I want to.
It's all worked out. That cave up in the hills is well stocked with provisions. And our car is parked just around the corner.
We could take $100 and play the horses.
We need 2,000 smackaroos just to start that real estate deal.
Yeah. You sure this kidnapping won't cause no trouble?
I've cased the town and I know just the kid to snatch. A girl by the name of Joni Dorset, niece of old Ebenezer Dorset, who's loaded with the green stuff.
Niece?
She lives with old Ebenezer and the housekeeper. Lively little kid, and I'm sure the old boy will melt down for 2,000 ransom.
I'd sure like to be rich.
She comes around here every afternoon while the housekeeper goes shopping. All we gotta do is offer some candy and swish off to the cave.
She's kind of dumb, huh?
Any kid's a pushover for candy.
When I was a kid, my mama never let me have no candy money.
Forget your deprived childhood.
The other kids wouldn't play with me because I was sort of fat.
How'd you get fat if you didn't eat no candy?
Snitched it, of course.
This Ebenezer is the richest guy in town. Respected citizen. Holds mortgages on practically everything. Collects, doesn't offer money in the offering plate at church.
What a sweet racket.
Let go of my hand!
You come back here!
Yeah! You can't catch me!
I'll tell your uncle.
I'm faster than greased lightning!
You'll be sorry if he gives you another licking.
Nothing hurts me!
You play around here till I get back. And don't get into any more fights.
Nobody better start fights with me! I'm a killer!
Right here, understand?
Why?
Because I say so.
Why, Mrs. Rudge? Why do you say so?
Ah!
Joni, apologize to the gentleman.
Don't call me Joni! My name is Red!
Apologize.
Excuse me. It was an accident.
I'll bet.
Why can't I go to the store too?
Because I can't keep my eye on you all the time.
But I've got nobody to play with!
Try standing on your head.
Going shopping again, Mrs. Rudge. I don't know what you do with all that food.
Ask her. Mr. Dorset, could you please take her for a little walk? She gets into fights when I leave her here.
Impossible. I have a bank conference today.
Uncle Ed! Can I go to the bank with you?
At your age, girl.
Why can't I go?
She drives me crazy with her questions.
Why?
You see?
I see. Now I paid you to watch her, and I expect that she is taught manners.
You heard your uncle. Behave!
Why?
Little kids shouldn't talk back to older people.
Why?
Because they're bigger than you are.
Hey! I'm a lot bigger than I look!
Say, how would you like to go for a ride?
Where?
Up the back road, maybe?
Why?
This kid has a one-track mind.
Just a nice ride.
And I got some candy in my pocket.
What kind? It's 5 minutes after 3, mister!
Thank you so much. Now run along.
I like it here. Tell her to go away. Nobody tells me nothing! I hate tomboys! And sissies ought to be drowned in the lake! Come on! I won't! She's awful bad!
She seems like a nice little girl to me.
Don't call me dirty names, mister! What?
and we'd be glad to take you sightseeing.
There ain't no sights to be seen round this town.
You might be surprised.
Maybe after a while. I got to go find her bomb so I can throw it in the lake.
Lovable little devil, huh?
We'll have no trouble with her.
She didn't rise to the candy bake.
Give her time.
Think she'll go quietly?
If not, we'll grab her.
She threw my ball in the deep cart. Make her go away.
Maybe that can be arranged.
Quiet, you!
What did I say?
One of your usual stupid remarks. Let me do the talking.
Mother, Jody, there might be a ball in the lake. What that girl needs is a hairbrush applied in the right place. She's laughing! Young lady, it's time you change your tune. Why? Just ignore her. Come, Mary Alice. See why I hate sissies? They don't fight back. They just squeal on ya.
A fellow could have fun riding up the back road looking for bears.
Bear?
They tell me lots of bears up that way.
I ain't never been that far from home.
Then let's go.
Wildcats too?
Most likely.
Idiots?
Well,
Who knows till we go look?
Well, I don't know.
don't forget, I got candy.
Can I have a piece?
Sure. Here.
Thanks, mister. I'll go out bear hunting some other time.
Give me back that bag of candy.
Try and get it. Say, what are you looking at me so funny-like?
Ow!
Let go of me!
Ow, she's biting my arm!
I don't want to go for a ride.
You're on your way, kid.
Hey! Hey!
What did you call me?
You're Hank the Trapper! And I captured you!
Oh, I remember now. Eat your baked potato, kid.
Don't call me kid! I am Red Chief, Terror of the Plains!
Sure.
Any of your pale-faced friends come to rescue you, I'll massacre 'em!
You do that.
Where's old Snake Eye the Spy?
Huh?
The guy was with you in the park.
Oh, he'll be along. He had to hide the car behind some trees down below.
What happened to your arm, pale face?
You ought to know. You bit clear through my coat.
I got strong teeth. I went to the dentist once, and you should have heard him yell.
Help yourself to some bread and jam.
War paint!
I got the car, kid. Nobody ever comes this way anyhow.
Ha! Cursed paleface! How dare you enter the camp of the Red Chief, Terror of the Plains!
What?
We're playing Indian.
Snake Eye the Spy, you're my prisoner too!
Okay with me. I told you this would be a cinch.
Want something to eat?
Maybe later.
Couple potatoes still hot.
We still got that letter to write to you-know-who. Huey! That was quite some hill to climb up.
You know who can't climb? He's too old.
This kid's not so dumb.
Watch it, Hank.
Sure, Red Chief.
I like it here just fine. I've never gone camping before. What makes caves? I've always wanted a cave of my own.
Did you fix the sleeping quarters inside?
No, it's too wet. Better here beside the fire.
I'll get the blankets.
Did I hurt your leg much when I kicked you?
Pretty near broke it. Sam, you sure we weren't followed on that back road?
Nobody within miles.
What you said to the kid about bears, you didn't mean it, did ya?
Who knows?
I hope we get our money quick.
I had a pet possum once, but Uncle Ab wouldn't let me keep him. Rats ate up 16 of our hen's eggs. We had 5 puppies, but Uncle Ab said I had to give them away. He said it cost too much to feed them. He's awful rich, Uncle Ab is.
Glad to hear it.
My Aunt Jane wrote us a letter that her cat had 3 kids. She let her girls keep every one of them. I hate girls.
So you have an Aunt Jane.
Sure, she's a widow. And I got 3 girl cousins I ain't even seen for years. Who needs them?
Where does Aunt Jane live?
Off in the city somewhere.
Who takes care of you then while your uncle's working?
Old pickle-faced Mrs. Rudge. She's our housekeeper.
I bet she's wondering where you are right about now.
If I saw her coming, I'd kick her in the shins. Even harder than I kicked you.
She's probably worried about you.
Her? She's just glad she's got more gravy for herself. Got any more gravy left?
I think you sopped it all up.
Why did you do that?
To let my braves know where I am.
If she keeps this up, pretty soon I'll lose my hearing. We'll bed her down though, in not too long, and then get working on that letter.
2,000 clams. Wow.
I'm doing the hard part, planning and writing the letter. All you gotta do is keep her amused and happy.
Trying to keep a wild Indian amused ain't no picnic. You sure we're the only ones in these hills?
I already told you, didn't I? Give me that box.
Give me a bandage out of there. I think I need to wrap my shin. Ah.
I'm gonna get working on that letter. Anybody around here?
Female!
Get Richie piece of the cake!
Richie, hurry!
Why?
I saw a couple pale faces sneaking in your cave.
Let me out!
Keep her there!
I was sure I saw the glow of a campfire.
Oh, good evening, ladies. This is a pleasant surprise.
You hear that, Verna? Such a nice man. Who'd think we'd meet a man while we're out here bird watching?
Ah, you're bird watchers. I fancy certain rare birds myself, actually.
Really? Mind if we rest here a little? Charming campsite. sight.
No, I can't offer you refreshments.
Thank you, just the same. What was that?
Probably just bats in the cave. Can I help you ladies in any way?
We were trying to follow a red-tailed hawk, but I'm afraid we've lost the path back to the old road.
You have indeed. May I suggest a shortcut?
Anything you suggest, Mr.
Smith! John J. Smith of the Virginia Smiths.
The Virginia Smiths?
The terrain's a little rough, but if you go down the hill to the right, you'll come to the old road.
My, we are lost.
For a fact you are.
You're spending the night up here?
I love to hear bird songs at eventide.
A real nature lover?
So nice talking to you.
Maybe we'll meet again.
Oh no, I travel from place to place doing research on such things as the three-toed woodpecker.
I noticed you were writing a book. A real live author.
Well, I'm not stuffed.
That was not bats. Is someone in there?
That was a big brown bear. He gets restless about this time and comes out for a little prowl.
Mercy! Goodness gracious!
She bit my hand.
Let go of her now.
You lied to me! There wasn't no pale faces!
They escaped through a secret tunnel.
He lied to me! I'm gonna get my revenge!
Red Chief, you two will just have to get along together.
He started it!
I did not.
Time for bed.
But it's not even all the way dark yet!
There's your blanket.
Aw, Snake Eye, can I stay up just for a little longer?
Fine, but only if you promise to behave yourself.
I won't make no trouble! Honest!
Good.
Put some on your forehead! Golly! You sure look real beat up!
I sure feel beat up.
Are there any secret tunnels in the cave?
Go look.
You write the ransom letter?
Well, I'm not taking notes on woodpeckers.
Sam, do you really think anybody would pay good money for a demon like her?
She's just the kind people dote on.
Don't seem human to give all that money for a pest like Red Chief.
Well,
I reckon we should only ask for $1,500. That way we get rid of her quicker.
All right then, 1,500.
Let's hear it.
Ebenezer Dorset, we have your niece concealed in a place far from town. Absolutely the only terms on which you can have her back are these. We demand $1,500 in small bills for her return.
Right, let's be reasonable.
Leave the money in a shoebox under the tall maple bush at the first fork in Old Road beyond Owl Creek by midnight tonight.
We'll have ourselves a real time. I got a tip on the horses tomorrow.
Not the horses!
Okay.
If you try anything sneaky or fail to leave the money, you will never see your niece again.
How would we take care of her for the rest of our lives.
You just say stuff like that to scare her.
Ah, but you wouldn't really hurt the kid, would you?
Of course not. If you do as this letter says, she will be returned to you safe and well within a few hours.
Okay.
As soon as we get the money, we drop the kid off and beat it.
Where are you gonna mail it?
In town tomorrow morning. Thought I'd mosey around and enjoy the excitement. Bet it kicked up quite a stir when the wicked wolves carried off their lamb.
Sam, you do have brains. Ah, she dropped the hot potatoes under there! Ah, she smashed it! Ah!
Are you knitting me a sweater?
Yes.
It's a pretty color. Very pretty. I'm glad Joni Dorset isn't here. She'd grab the wool.
Just let her try.
Who makes sweaters for her?
Her uncle has plenty of money to buy them for her.
Maybe her Aunt Jane sends her one now and then.
Maybe she doesn't know she needs any.
Hello, mister!
Hello.
Where's the other man?
What other man?
The one that you were with in the park yesterday.
Oh, we just happened to sit in the park at the same time.
Wanna bat the balloon back and forth with me?
No,
Mary Alice, don't pester the man.
that's all right. I like children.
Even that horrid Red Dorset?
Who?
The girl who threw my ball in the lake yesterday.
Ah, I seem to remember her vaguely. Isn't she here today?
No, thank goodness.
Mary Alice and young Joni don't get along very well.
Everybody hates her.
Well, I wouldn't say that, and what can you expect?
A difficult child?
What child wouldn't be living with that skinflint uncle of hers? Mary Alice, don't you dare repeat that.
I didn't hear a thing.
So she has an uncle.
Mr. Dorset is the girl's legal guardian.
Any other relatives?
Well, Ed's sister Jane and her girls live in the city. And you know how it is when you're busy with your own family.
I don't have a family yet.
One day, you'll meet the right girl, Mr.
Smith. John J. Smith of the Virginia Smiths.
I'm Mrs. Miller.
How do you do? Pleasant day, isn't it?
Nice enough.
Constable Jones! Bat the balloon back and forth with me!
I'm on duty.
Just walking around? That's duty?
It is.
Catch any crooks lately?
By walking around like this, I prevent crime.
Someday, when you do catch a crook, can I have a look at it? I've never seen one before.
Mary Alice.
What? He couldn't hurt me. He'd be behind big, thick bars.
Aren't children something these days?
Changing times, Mrs. Miller. Lawlessness. Even in a small town like this, I have to be on my guard all the time.
Now, Constable, the worst you have to deal with is who breaks the school windows.
I know who breaks them, and Mr. Dorset has paid up. Mark my words, that niece of his is going to end up in reform school.
I can hardly wait.
Seems pretty peaceful around here to me.
Young Joni must be away.
I heard talk she's gone out of town.
Maybe to visit her Aunt Jane. I hope she keeps her.
She's not hurting for money, you know. Inherited
quite a bit and a third interest in the old family home.
That fact?
Mother, does Red have lots of money too? She will, someday. In a way, I'm sorry for that girl. No one to look after her but that housekeeper, and she couldn't care less.
If you ask me, she's a hard kid for anybody to be sorry for. And she better not break any more windows.
That paper of yours must be very interesting, Mr. Smith.
Oh, yes, I love to keep up with the latest news.
Around this town, there never is any. Good morning, Mr. Dorset. Where's Red today?
Why do you ask?
Just friendly curiosity.
Ma'am, curiosity has killed more than one cat.
Oh, well. Mister, that was Red's uncle.
Prosperous-looking man.
He's probably on his way to foreclose a mortgage on some poor widow. Mary Alice, don't you dare repeat that. I don't even know what that means.
Loaded with the green stuff, eh?
How right you are.
I pride myself on being a good judge of people.
So do I. Seems a young fellow like you, sitting around and all, must have something on his mind.
Yes. I'm trying to get acquainted with the town, because I may decide to settle here someday.
Well, if you have any money to invest, put it in Mr. Dorset's name. I'll say this much for him. He's honest.
Thanks for the tip. I do expect to come into money pretty soon.
Inherit, you mean?
No, a project I'm working on.
Mother? Why didn't Mr. Dorset say where Red is? He wasn't in the mood for talking.
But you are, aren't you, Mother?
That's enough.
Maybe Red's run away from home.
Not likely.
Or maybe she's been kidnapped. What luck!
Honestly, Mary Alice, things like that don't happen in a small town like this. Right, Mr. Smith?
Of course not. You wouldn't happen to be able to tell me where the nearest mailbox is, would you?
The post office is down the street. A letter to your girlfriend?
You're good at guessing things.
You have that certain look.
I didn't think it showed.
Well, good luck, Mr. Smith. And if you happen to settle around here, come see us sometime.
Thanks, I certainly will.
A very friendly sort. I wonder where the other man is. They did know each other. You just imagined it. Do we have to go home now? It's time. I sure hope I never see Joni again. You will. And if anything was wrong, Mr. Dorset would have told the constable. Why do you pick up old newspapers? Red picks up old cigar butts and even smokes them! That does not surprise me. But this does. What? Why was Mr. Smith so interested in a 3-day-old newspaper? I maybe mentioned this to the constable. You've got to!
I don't got to do anything.
Snake, I said, you've got to keep me amused until he comes back.
Then go amuse yourself throwing stones at innocent squirrels.
I already scared them all away.
Then scare yourself into a nice, long nap.
At my age? Come on, Hank, let's play.
I'm all played out. out from helping you chase pale faces.
Me too! That's why I want to ride my old Palomino!
Go ride him then.
Come on, Hank. It's more fun when two play.
Okay. What do I do now?
Just get down on your hands and knees!
Sounds like a stupid sort of game to me. What am I supposed to be?
My heart!
Wait! Oh, ow! Do you have to dig your knees into my ribs?
Start running!
Where to?
To the plains!
Ain't no planes around here.
Then gallop around our camp!
I'm weak in the knees.
Giddy up, I said, old Palomino! Giddy up! Faster!
I ain't built for speed.
Hurry up! I want to raid the stockade!
All by yourself?
I'll scare the heart out of them!
You'll wear the knees out of my pants.
Onto the stockade!
Quit hitting me, or I'll get up and warm you good.
Snake Guy, you'll get mad if you're not nice to me!
How far to this stockade?
90 miles!
Oh no.
Giddy up, or I'll butcher you for meat!
How long does this keep up?
Till I get tired of riding!
You get tired?
This sure is fun, ain't it?
I could die laughing. I could just die.
Watch it! If you break a leg, I'll have to shoot you!
Shoot me now and put me out of my misery.
Stop talking like that! You're not playing fair!
Who cares?
Tired, poor old horse.
You're so right.
You need some oats.
I need to be let alone.
Poor old horse is hungry. Can you raise your head?
Just about.
Try turning on your back. Now open your mouth!
Oh! Stand! You imbecile! I stood for enough! Out you go! Get down that hill and out of my life!
What's up?
Oh, you came the other way.
A double precaution. I asked you. Bill, don't look so worried. I mailed a letter to old Dorset.
Yeah?
The kid's been mixed, but there's no hue and cry out for her yet. Dorset's playing cagey waiting for the ransom demand.
Yeah?
Where's the kid now? Playing around, I suppose?
Yeah.
I hope you treated her right.
Yeah.
Dorset hasn't said a word to the constable. A cool customer.
Yeah?
I figure I'll pick up the money at midnight and then come back here and count it.
Yeah.
Then we throw the kid on the back door, hit the nearest road, pick ourselves a likely town, and set up as real estate promoters. Right?
Wrong.
Bill, we are not going to blow this 1,500 on the horses.
We won't blow it nowhere. The kid's gone. Vamoose.
You're kidding.
Look, Sam, I lost my temper.
You what?
I've stood by you in earthquake, fire, and flood. In police raids, poker game, in cycles. ain't never lost my self-control until we kidnapped that two-legged skyrocket.
What happened?
I'm sick and tired of bites and scratches and kicks. My back is burned from that hot potato.
Let's have it.
And just now, I was rowed 90 miles to the stockade. And then she fed me sand. So I just got up and blew it.
Out with it, man.
I sent the kid home and kicked her 8 feet near with one kick.
You booted away 1,500 bucks.
It was her or me. I tell you, I couldn't take it no more.
I had it all set.
We still got the $100 from our last job.
Peanuts. I've got a notion to make you get a job somewhere washing dishes.
You don't hate me that much, do you, Sam?
Why wouldn't I?
I'm sorry I let you down, pal. If I had her back, I'd put up with anything.
You mean that?
Sure, she wasn't such a bad kid. I had fun playing with her part of the time. My mama never let me do much.
Lay off your childhood.
I don't think she meant to hurt me much.
Bill, you don't have any heart disease in your family, do ya?
No, mostly colds and accidents. Why?
Turn around slowly and have a look behind you.
Richie!
Bill! Bill! Bill, wake up!
She's back.
You could have killed him! He kicked me! Into that cave!
It must be a nightmare.
Lucky for both of us, it's not. And remember, you said you put up with anything.
My nerves are all shook up.
By midnight, we'll be rich.
Just don't leave me alone with her no more, Sam.
I'll have to get the money. Bill, you are a grown man. Don't let a little child terrorize you.
You don't know. You just don't know.
Hey! Hank the Trapper!
Speaking to me?
Any man who lays a hand on a Red Chief lives to regret it!
Quiet, young one.
I'll have my revenge on the both of you!
No.
Here! I'll scout before morning! And you! I'll burn at the stake at dawn!
What do we do now?
Just kid stuff. Burn me at the stake at dawn. I never heard anything so funny. Bill! Bill, wake up! Wake up!
I'm innocent.
Shut up, it's me. Where's Red Chief?
Said she'd take her blanket and sleep in the cave.
Good. See?
You got the ransom?
You bet your sweet life I did. It was delivered just the way we told it to.
Was anybody around?
Just the kid on a bike who brought the ransom money.
I sure got to hand it to you, Sam.
Slickest job we ever pulled off.
Except I got my ribs all taped up.
It's a couple of broken ribs.
Easy to say when they're not yours. What are you waiting for? Open.
I will. Sure the kid's asleep?
Sound asleep. It's nearly 1 o'clock.
Maybe we should have tied her up.
No, not Red Chief. She likes it too much to run away. Kind of pitiful, ain't it?
Why?
A holy terror like her liking us?
She got funny ways of showing it.
Maybe she don't know no other way. Take me, for instance. When I was a
You
kid...
interested in this money or not?
In another hour, we can have that kid on old Dorset's back doorstep and be on our way.
He sure wrapped it up well.
What are you waiting for?
My hands are shaking. Guess I have thought there'd be a catching it somewhere.
We're splitting 50-50, remember?
But it all goes into the real estate deal.
Horse races faster.
Oh, no, you don't.
Okay. Just let me get a look at that green stuff.
This is the best part. When you have all those dreams of how rich you're going to be someday. All those things you're going to do.
You got dreams too?
Sometimes I get real soft inside.
No kidding. Maybe your old lady was just nicer than mine.
What old lady? I didn't have one. Orphan home is all.
That's tough.
That's why I had to be tough. You understand?
Yeah, I guess so.
Nobody ever gave me nothing. What I wanted, I had to take.
Me too. But Sam,
What?
I've been thinking.
That's dangerous.
Well, this real estate scheme of ours ain't honest, you know?
Well, sure I know.
So how about we split this loot and go legit?
Funny thing, I had about the same idea.
I could settle down, marry, and have a raft of kids to play with. Nice kids.
And what would you do for a living? Kids like to eat, you know.
I'd think of something.
Like work?
Work?
Ugh, an ugly word.
Just forget it.
First time I ever held so much money in my hands.
Heavy?
No, it's light. Very light. But then it's only paper.
Only paper, he says.
It's in small bills, so it should weigh at least.
What's the matter?
There's no money in here at all.
Oh, no!
Just a small piece of notepaper.
Maybe it says he's gonna pay later.
Why do you have to wrap this up in a box?
What does it say?
Two desperate men. Gentlemen, I received your letter this afternoon in regard to the ransom you asked for the return of my niece.
So, he is gonna pay?
I think you are a little high in your demands, and I hereby make you a counter proposition, which I am inclined to believe you will accept.
Tell him we'll accept even 1,000.
This is it. Bring Joni home and pay me $200 and I'll take her off your hands.
He wants us to pay him?
Come early in the morning because I can't be responsible for what the neighbors would do to anybody they saw bringing her back. Signed very respectfully, Ebenezer Dorset.
I knew it! Who'd pay good money for that demon?
Of all the gall,
He wants to get rid of her!
fat chance, I found out things in town. He's the girl's legal guardian, and she owns part of the house he's living in. I bet the old coot is collecting plenty just for taking care of her.
He earns it.
He'll lose a steady income if he loses the girl.
Red is such a pest, he probably doesn't care.
Oh no, every penny counts with that old skinflint.
You know, I almost feel sorry for Red. Even her own uncle not wanting her.
He'll get her back whether he wants her or not.
Maybe he's got the law looking out for us.
I've seen the law and I ain't worried.
Yeah, but they'll be asking questions and looking around for clues.
I didn't leave any clues. I'm smart, remember?
Sure, Sam, but you could have...
But maybe I did.
Did what?
I left an old newspaper on the park bench.
So?
Right after I told a talkative woman that I was interested in the latest events.
I don't follow.
She might get suspicious of a stranger in town. We'd better leave fast.
What about Red Chief?
Why don't you think of something for a change?
Well, you can't just tie her up and leave her here.
Why not?
Even my old lady wouldn't pull a stunt like that.
I ain't your old lady.
I couldn't treat the kid that way. She likes me.
Quiet and let me think. No, you can't tie her up and leave her here.
Thanks, Sam.
The letter says, come early in the morning.
But we'll give her breakfast first.
She can have breakfast with her dear old uncle. All we're gonna do is throw her by the back door and be on our way.
He can't make us pay.
I'd
can he?
like to see him try. Red Chief is his headache.
Mine too.
Golly, Sam. I'm so tired. I can hardly keep my
Eyes open.
Go to sleep then. I'm pretty tired too.
Did I say she liked me?
It was only the old bacon but I said I was going to scalp him!
Me? I'm finding someplace else to sleep.
Where?
Someplace far enough away I can hear her coming.
The kid was only fooling.
It's my scalp, and I'd like to stay attached to it.
It's an awful thing to hear a grown, strong man scream desperately like that.
Why aren't you lying down?
I ain't sleepy yet.
Kid said you'd be burned at the stake at dawn. You afraid she'll try it?
Don't be funny.
See you in the morning, if you're still alive.
sapsucker is more tender. Maybe he's here. Shh. I've never heard one in the park before. But it's possible. I suppose so. An injured wing, maybe, from some child throwing stones. That red-headed Dorset girl. I've heard she's out visiting relatives. Thank heavens for small favors.
Lost something, ladies?
We hoped to get a peek at a yellow-bellied sapsucker, but I'm afraid he's flown away.
Too bad.
You're out early this morning, Constable.
Any hour of the day or night, I'm on call.
Something's happened.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Just a teeny hint.
Well, it concerns a 3-day-old newspaper.
Oh?
My lips are sealed until I report to Mr. Dorset.
Why to him?
Because he sent word he wants to see me.
I wish you didn't have to hurry off. I feel so safe when you're around. So do I.
Ladies, you're safe anywhere.
How nice of you to say so. Can't you stay just a moment longer and help us look for the sapsucker?
Only one kind of bird I can recognize. A jailbird.
A fine-looking man. Flora, was that a nice thing for him to say? That we were safe anywhere? I think so. Don't sit down. Let's continue on with our hike. Just listen for a moment longer.
The Chandlers are coming, oh ho, oh ho. The Chandlers are coming, oh ho, oh ho. Susan Chandler, I will not have you singing and marching as we go through town. A public spectacle.
Then why didn't we take a taxi from the station?
There isn't any taxi.
This isn't a big city now. I like small towns. Mother, I remember this park from the last time we came.
Many's the time I played here when I was a little girl.
Why, I do believe it's Jane Dorset. Jane Chandler now.
Verna, Flora, I didn't recognize you at first.
It's been years since we've seen each other, but you've hardly changed at all.
Oh, neither have you. These are my daughters, Abigail, Ellie, and Susan.
How fortunate you are. 3 such lovely girls.
I'd much rather
Yes, we are all fortunate to have each other.
boys have more fun.
Quiet, Susan. She's a perfect lady when she remembers her manners.
But of course.
I didn't expect to meet old friends so early in the morning. We've had a long train ride from the city.
The ride didn't seem so long to me. I have lots of things to read.
Ellie's our bookworm, top grades in school.
Oh my.
The ride didn't seem so long to Abigail either. How do you know?
Because I saw how you kept flirting with that young fellow across the aisle. Now, girls, they have their little family squabbles, but all my girls are perfect ladies.
A real credit to you. We were sorry to hear that your dear husband passed away.
We miss him, yes, but there's so much warmth and love in our home that I'm sure my girls are happy.
You know we are, Mother. I didn't mean to be a public spectacle.
Of course not, dear.
I was just so glad to get off the old train. How much farther do we have to walk to make to Uncle and Mrs. house?
Just a little way.
You didn't bring young Joni back with you?
Back.
I heard she's been visiting you these past couple of days.
We haven't seen Joni since she was quite small.
Fancy that! I don't know how these rumors start.
The girl's well, I hope.
Oh, quite. You might even say very...
Very what?
Nothing, dear. I'm sure your cousin will outgrow her faults in a few years. She lives long enough.
You're telling me Joni's a problem?
Jane, you said it. I didn't.
But I understood that Ebenezer had a competent housekeeper to look after her.
There's a difference of opinion on that.
Did you hear that, girls? I want you to be especially sweet to little Joni when we get to your uncle's house.
Yes, Mother. I have some good books I could lend her.
And I can teach you how to play dominoes.
That's my girls. Now, we must be getting on. I know that Ebenezer leaves for the bank quite early in the morning.
We're on a bird-watching expedition. But Flora insists she heard a yellow-bellied sapsucker here.
Really? Come, girls, and I mean quietly.
Yes, Mother.
So nice to have seen you.
Goodbye! A lovely woman, Jane Chandler. Who'd ever think she was old Ebenezer Dorset's younger sister? Why, hello!
Good morning, ladies.
The young man we met near that cave. What are you doing here so early in the morning?
I find the park very relaxing.
So do I. And besides, I think I heard a sapsucker flitting around near here.
How does his call go? That's it. You heard it? About half an hour ago, near the foot of the old hill. See, you take the first fork to the left, and you look for the big oak tree.
What are we waiting for? Let's hurry! Oh, but I'd hate to leave this nice young man all alone. We're looking for birds, you know.
We'll meet again, ladies.
Goodbye.
But not if I see you coming. I told you to stay in the car.
Oh, she's fine.
I told you not to take your eyes off the kid for 1 second.
Aw, Sam, don't you trust me to do nothing right? Me and her, we're playing a new game.
I've had enough of her games.
This one's different. I got her bound and gagged in the back of the car.
You don't mean it.
Sure thing. Red Chief suggested it herself. She's been captured by a wicked paleface. See?
No.
Any minute now, her braves are going to swoop down and rescue her and burn the settlement to the ground.
Are you sure she can't get loose?
Not the way I tied the knots.
We don't have time for this. I've done my part.
Case to old Dorset's house?
From the back way. He was just coming down to breakfast.
You don't think there's any danger, do you, Sam?
Not if we work fast.
Do you really think he's gonna have money around the house?
His kind always has money.
How much are we gonna ask for?
All we can get. His niece nearly burned me to death.
I'm sure glad my scalp ain't missing.
Now listen. We go to the back door and you knock and say, "Milkman," real cheerful like.
But suppose they don't want no milk?
Somebody will come to the door to say so.
Oh,
That's when we force our way in.
I got it.
Then, leave the rest to me.
Sure, Sam. You're the brainy one.
Hey, fella!
Reggie!
Jump in, Jehoshaphat!
I got tired of waiting. Old Hank let me tie the gag my own self.
What do we do now?
You let her tie her own gag? She could have screamed for the whole town to hear.
And have you guys run off and
Red Chief, I know how you feel, but we can't go bear hunting without a bear gun, can we?
We don't have
Shut up! How would you like to go bear hunting?
I would love to!
Well, I just got word from your uncle that he has just bought you a brand new silver-mounted rifle. And he wants us to go to his house and get it.
Uncle Ed bought a gun for me? Nah, you must be kidding.
Cross my heart.
Wow. How about you get it and I'll wait here?
We need you to come along to show us where he lives.
If I do, old pickle-faced Mrs. Rudge will see me.
So what if she does?
She'll holler at all of us.
Maybe the kids.
Oh! How about it, Red Chief? The three of us ride nice and cozy to your uncle's house and get that bear gun.
If you promise not to let old pickle-face grab me.
I promise.
Nice and peaceful now.
If you let out even one holler, we won't take you back to the cave.
Wow! You sure are nice fellas. I'm glad I didn't kill ya.
I'll go first, then you, and you're last.
Take us 60 seconds to get to the car.
Hey,
What?
you think we can trust old Snake Eyes? I sure wouldn't want to be captured by Uncle Ebenezer.
More coffee?
Confound it, woman, I will tell you when I want more.
How about some hot cakes?
The last ones tasted like mud.
Bad mood this morning, aren't you?
What have I got to put me in a good mood?
I can't keep track of all you've got. I don't see much of it my pay in the wall.
Pay you more than your word, you know it.
There's them as think so, and them as don't. You had a letter from your niece?
Why should I have a letter from her?
Visiting her Aunt Jane. I don't suppose she'll keep her for long.
Did I say she was visiting her aunt?
One of the neighbors said so. All I know is she's not here, and good riddance.
Watch your tongue, Mrs. Rudge.
Do you expect her back?
Certainly.
After the way she treated me with the broom, I'm warning you, Mr. Dorset, if that girl comes back here to live, I'm leaving!
Indeed.
And don't try out for me a raise in pay. I said don't try out for me a raise.
I heard you.
Things are gonna put up with.
Now, I'll have another cup. Oh, and bring one for the constable. He'll be here any moment now.
Why?
That is my business. Oh, likely that's in at the front door now. Go let him in.
Do this, do that, a body never has a chance to sit down.
Ebenezer, surprise!
Jane? Why?
I'm Abigail. Hasn't she grown tall? And Ellie was so little when we were last here. I was a baby, and I don't remember. Uncle Ebenezer, I like your house. It's nice and big.
Not big at all. Hardly enough room for even me.
Joking, aren't you, Eb? My, it's nice to be home again.
Do you want coffee?
Not just yet, thanks. And the girls never drink any. Aren't you glad to see us?
Certainly. Certainly. It was good of you to stop by.
Stop by. We're here for a real long visit, aren't we, Mother? Yes, dear. I'm sure your uncle's delighted.
Couldn't be happier. But like I said, there's hardly enough room.
There's plenty of room. Girls, go up the front stairs and pick out a bedroom. I'll help with the linens later. You're sure he's glad to see us? Quite sure. Where's my cousin Joni?
Not here at the moment.
Will she be back soon?
I would like to think so.
Run along, Susan. Now, Ed, let's have no more of your bluster. I haven't told the girls this yet, but we're here to stay.
To stay.
The house is 1/3 mine, you know, and 1/3 little Joni's.
Now look here, Jane.
With my husband gone, where else would I choose to live but with my dear brother, in a house that's as much mine as his?
Now, I'm not disputing that point. But you and the girls have been used to the city life.
The girls love a small town, and so do I. Get used to the idea, Ed. We're here. Expecting company?
Go tend to your own affairs.
I'll do just that.
He came in the back way. He wants to speak to you personal.
No offense, Mrs. Rudge.
Coffee.
What took you so long?
I tried to hurt you. I thought you might be worried about the stranger with the three-deal newspaper.
What was that? Never mind.
I thought you might be worried about a bank robbery.
Not at all. You see, I asked you here because I noticed there were some chickens missing from my coops. I was wondering if you could look for traces of a chicken thief.
If you left footprints, I'll find them.
Good. I assume you know where the coops are then? Down at the back end of the yard.
Wonder who dares steal chickens from you.
What was that?
Nothing, Mr. Dorset. Just talking.
Less talk, more action.
You called on the right man.
And report back to me in 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. How about that man?
Forget it.
I didn't miss any chickens.
No one asked you.
If anybody took them, it was that red-headed demon, Joni. And I'm warning you.
You have already warned me.
For the last time she comes in the door, I go out!
Milkman!
Oh, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Come in, come in. I see you took my advice and came early.
We don't take advice from anybody.
No, sir, not nobody.
You stay out of this.
Hey! Where's that bear gun?
What is she talking about?
Go look outside in the little shed.
You're into coming back, eh?
How else?
All right, gentlemen. You know my terms. $200 in cash.
He's crazy. All we got in the world is 100 smackers.
One more word out of you.
Only 100. I am a kind-hearted man. And the girl is my niece. All right, fork over the 100.
Not so fast. You need that kid. If she goes missing, you'll be in trouble.
I'll be in trouble.
But we're willing to be reasonable. Give us 1,000. She's yours.
Don't laugh, mister.
All right then. 500 will do it.
There are two of us, and we're a lot bigger than you are.
Is that a threat?
We're desperate men.
After 2 days with my niece, I can understand that.
Quit stalling.
Gentlemen, you are under a misapprehension.
What does that mean?
You see, the constable is coming in this room any minute now. I asked him here as a precaution.
I told
He's
you.
just bluffing. We don't bluff easy, mister.
And we're plenty tough. You know what I put up with from that kid.
I know my niece.
She's the one who ought to have that nice new jail.
I couldn't agree more.
Hey! That's no way to talk about the little girl. Sure, she's no angel, but when did you ever play games with her?
I am not a man who plays games. Ever.
You still think he's bluffing?
Get that money.
And fast.
You gentlemen came to discuss money.
We sure did.
And no fooling.
I believe the amount was $100. Come in, Constable. Come in.
More bluff?
It's an old trick.
You sure?
Of course.
I got a feeling.
Oh, good morning, Constable.
Nice day, ain't it?
Sure. Mr. Mercer, about that matter
Later, Constable. You see, these two gentlemen were here to pay me a small loan.
You made a loan?
To my very old and dear friends. Now, because of our friendship, I'm not asking any interest. Just an even 100.
But
You won't have nothing left.
I'm sure two young, strong gentlemen such as yourselves can find a job in some other town, of course. How fortunate that the constable is here to witness the repayment, and not in any other terms. I'm sure you understand my meaning.
plain enough.
I get it.
I get it.
That's all.
I do appreciate this, gentlemen. It's not every morning that two old friends come to pay a debt.
Sure isn't. Now, Mr. Mercer, about that matter with the newspaper.
Later, Constable. I would like you to stick around for a while. Maybe take another look out back.
Yes, sir. Glad to meet you, fellas.
The pleasure was all his.
And mine. Now, gentlemen, if you would like to borrow my niece again, consult me in advance for special off-season rates. Suppose you leave by the front door this time. They are.
Not without me!
Get off me!
You can mail me my money. I am leaving.
But, Mrs. Rogers.
What? Me no buts. Goodbye.
Peel this kid off me!
What is all the fuss about? Who are you?
Why, it's Joni.
I'm your Aunt Jane, darling, and these are your cousins. I don't want no cousins! I want to go back to the cave!
We've been playing some games, man.
Nice of you, but what a sight she is! Face dirty, hair not combed? Ebenezer, you have not been taking the proper care of this child.
Now look, Jane.
This girl needs a bath, and right now. No! And then some ham and eggs to fatten up her ribs. I don't want no ham and eggs! I want to go back with Hank and Snake Eye!
Our nicknames, ma'am.
What she needs more than anything is a little love and attention, and from now on, she'll get it. I don't want no love and any way to treat your cousin, let me in! I'm Susan. You asking for a punch in the jaw? Not asking at all. Just give it. Get up, dear. Wow! She fights as good as a boy! We all do. But really, they're all very ladylike. Would you two like some coffee before you go?
Well,
Oh, no, thank you. We have a long way to travel. Understand?
Yeah. Sam, do you mean work?
Got me better ideas.
You'll think of something, won't you, Sam? Won't you?
Let's leave before we lose the gold fillies in our cave.
So long, Red Chief.
So long, fellas! We sure had fun, didn't we?
You bet.
We'll never forget it if we live to be 100.
Know something? Those fellas are the best friends I've ever had! You look funny. Why? Because your face is dirty. Come on, slugger! Put 'em up! Yes, I'll be making a few changes around here.
You're just gonna let her punch your girl.
Slugger's well able to take care of herself. Hey! You're okay! Wanna fight some more after I take my bath? Sure.